Good evening, everyone. So the Lord had wanted me to post my dream from last night. It was another prophetic dream. This one was in regards to a giant demon that was coming, basically. But I have it here on my phone, so I'll just be reading it from my phone real quick. But basically, I remember I was living in this apartment with my brother-in-law and my husband. Um, and I think we were on a higher floor in the city, maybe like the fifth or sixth floor, where you could like see over top different houses and stuff, different buildings. And I remember a woman had gotten a hold of me from Austria saying that there were these giants that were coming. Um, they basically were giant demons that when you look directly into their eye, you get encoded with specific knowledge that you shouldn't have, and the intelligence you gain is super dangerous. And once you're encoded, the demons take you. So it's kind of like they basically were, they come in, they come find people, and then they were like looking through your eyes into your spirit, and they're kind of like reading your brain, basically. And I remember the lady was saying that whenever they were encoding you, it was kind of like a chip. They were putting a chip on your spirit, so then you were forced to go work for Satan because you were chipped, you were marked. And I remember the intelligence that was put into the human brain was far more superior than anything. Um, I remember the giant being called a big man or something like that. And I remember as soon as the woman told us and informed us, I knew the demon was already around, and it was a matter of time before it was by our house. I remember I told my husband to turn off the bedroom light and to shut the curtains and the blinds so that way the demon could not see into the room. Basically, it was bedtime. I think it was like 5 or 6, 7 p.m. And I basically was saying it's time to go to bed. It's time for everyone to turn off the lights, close the blinds, and just go to sleep. Because I knew that as long as you were asleep, you were less likely to open your eyes and look into the demon's eye. And then I went out into the living room, and I remember I had said the same thing. I said for everyone to get ready for bed. I do remember there was another woman that was staying there. I don't really remember exactly who she was, but I do remember there was another woman that was there. But I had said, it's time to get ready for bed now. It's bedtime. We need to turn off everything and close everything. We cannot have any lights on or any curtains open. It'll draw the big man to our house, and more than likely he will be looking for someone to take. I remember constantly looking outside, just waiting for the shadow in the distance to know how much time we have. Our room was dark and blinds were closed, but I remember when I came out, because I still saw the light on in the living room, no one had started what I had told them, and I started getting annoyed, and I started turning off the lights and closing the blinds. Then I looked outside, and I saw in the distance, I would say it was kind of like a couple miles away. I would say like maybe like 3 miles away, 3 miles away. I saw the big man figure. Now behind the big man figure, I remember I could see his body, and he was completely all black. And I remember seeing his eye, and it was in the shape of a triangle. And then I remember behind him, directly behind him, was like this toxic fog or toxic mist or something. It was definitely very dangerous. And I believe that anyone that was outside, they were getting intoxicated. But basically, I showed my brother-in-law so he could hurry up and finish eating, and that way he could help me. And he got up instantly, and he started closing the blinds and everything. And we had gotten all the lights turned off at the exact last second. Then I remember knowing the demon was about to walk past our apartment, and I remember one of the blinds was partially open. So we have curtains, and the curtains was open about that much, where you could see like just at least a little bit through. And then I remember having to be still because I noticed that the woman was standing in the hallway, not preparing. She was just standing there. She was I don't really know what she was doing, honestly. But I remember I had pushed her into my bedroom so that way she could be out of the line of the crack. And then I remember, and I remember I could feel the demon was right outside the window searching, and then started searching inside. And then I remember it was looking for specific brain waves. I remember closing my eyes, knowing that if I looked directly into their eye, the codes would be encoded into me and I would get taken. So I kept my eyes closed, and Kevin's brother slowly pulled me out of the way of the window because the demon was fiercely looking inside. And I remember the shape of the eye was a triangle and had the eye in the center like Illuminati. So it basically was a triangle, and then it had like a circle in the center and then a plus in the middle of the circle. And it was yellow. And it was like it was like a luminescent yellow. I remember going back into the kitchen and having a notebook in my hand, and all these smart numbers and graphs and formulas, they were all figured out on this notebook that I had. Mind you, I don't really know where the notebook came from. It just ended up in my hand. But I remember every equation that was on the paper, I was able to just start answering, and I answered every impossible equation. And I remember I was confused because I didn't look into the eye, but I still had the knowledge. I wasn't branded and encoded, but I still got the knowledge, basically. So what the Lord had interpreted to me is there will be some giants that will be coming to basically coming to everyone, and not necessarily everyone, but specific people, and their job is to chip these people. And if their brain worked with whatever technology or whatever they were putting in the brains, I'm still kind of unsure about it. I'm confused myself, but basically, if you looked into the demon's eyes, you would get chipped. So your spirit was chipped regardless. So basically, they would end up taking you anyways. But if your brain was compatible with whatever they were trying to do, then it was like a 2-in-1, and then they would definitely take you to go work for the enemy. Because now you're chipped. So now you can't do the work of the Lord. But I believe that was it. But if anyone else has anything that they notice in the dream as well, I do pray that you mention it in the comments, and I do thank you. I pray that everyone takes heed and everyone is preparing. It's going to get real bumpy here soon, but God bless you all and have a great night.